first. This is News 6 Nightcast, voted best newscast by the Radio Television News Directors Association of the Carolinas.
A fire that was set roars through a Wilmington church. As police look for the arsonist, the congregation looks for a new home. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Frances Weller.
And I'm Jim Hanchett. More on that fire in a moment. First, though, voters in Pender County say they want new and improved schools and they're willing to pay for them. The voters tonight enthusiastically backing two bond issues. This referendum is being watched all across our region because bond votes are coming up in other counties. WECT News 6's Samuel King was in Burgaw as the votes were counted.
There's relief on the faces of Pender County educators as voters approve both school bond issues.
We're just going to be able to provide students with world-class facilities and give them the education that they truly need to be competitive with every other student in the state of North Carolina and around the world.
The first bond issue voters approved is $51 million that will go toward projects at 10 schools throughout the fast-growing county. Most of that money would go toward the construction of a new Topsail High School. The present high school building would be renovated and converted to a middle school. The second bond issue is $4 million that would go toward building performing arts centers at both Topsail and Trask High Schools. Voters on both sides left the polls with strong opinions.
The percentage of senior citizens moving into this area is very high and we don't have any children. So we're carrying the load that we've done all of our lives, and I see no sense in it.
These children need to compete. Pender County is getting ready to really expand leaps and bounds, and they're going to need the room.
Now that the votes are in, Superintendent Kanuka says work will begin on the projects as soon as possible.
The time frame is we should start construction in the high school in earnest sometime in August, and other projects sometime in June and late July.
School officials expect all of the projects to be completed in 4 years. In Pender County, Samuel King, WECT News 6.
All right, here are the vote totals. Bond issue 1 for the new school and the renovations passed 64 to 36% tonight. Let's take you to bond issue 2 now for the performing arts centers. That one passed 59 to 41%. Only about 3,000 people voted.
This is new at 11. A former top official in the Brunswick County government has been sentenced on a drug charge. This police photo was taken of former county finance director Lethea Brooks after a driving while impaired arrest. Now Brooks has been placed on probation for a year for possession of marijuana. She resigned in December after nearly 20 years on the job. John Lewis Jr. was buried today, but questions linger about the standoff with sheriff's deputies that ended in his death. The 47-year-old Wilmington man died of